In a previous video, we showed you how to use a CO2 inflator out on the road after you've replaced the tube. The reference is right up in the right-hand corner. We're going to show you some additional tips and tricks. Let's take a look. Sometimes when you go ahead and inflate a tire on the road with your CO2 inflator, the end gets so cold, difficult to handle. If it's above freezing, take your water bottle, give it a nice squirt of water. Now you can handle this with much greater ease. And remove it from the valve. Has this ever happened to you? You go to inflate your flat tire after you've replaced the tube. Screw on your inflator. Let some CO2 in until it's full. Turn off the valve. Go ahead and unscrew the inflator. And all of a sudden, air seems to be leaking out. And the problem is the whole valve, presta valve core, has come out of the valve itself. A large number of today's bike tubes consist of presta valves having an insertable valve core that screws into the valve stem. Air is allowed to flow in or out as a result of unscrewing the cap, either pressing with your finger or inserting into a pump. However, as we've seen in the video, sometimes this core could come out when we go to disconnect our CO2 inflator. There are several fixes to this before you go ahead and wrap up the tube as a spare, as shown in the upper right hand corner. First, you can use a presta valve core removal tool, which will fit on to the presta valve, and you can tighten the valve as tight as you can. Or you can use a 6-sided spoke wrench, and I found that the number 11, when applied, will also work to help tighten. If you want to go a little further, you can actually remove the valve core and very carefully apply some red Loctite to the threads being careful not to get it on any other part of the valve core. Reinsert, tighten, and using either the multi-wrench or your presta valve core tool, go ahead and tighten that valve core as tight as you can get it. Well, how do I know how much to fill it? Well, we could go by the recommended cartridge size and fill it. I like to fill it by feeling. When it gets to the right firmness, I turn off the valve and disconnect it. When you're inflating your tire with a floor pump at home, put your thumb on top and go ahead and pump until you get to the desired pressure on the gauge. You'll slowly get a feel over time of what the proper pressure should be, so that when you use your CO2 inflator you'll know just from the feel whether you've reached the desired pressure. The cartridges come in various sizes, and we have a reference in our description that will designate which cartridge will allow you to achieve a desired pressure, whether you're riding a road bike or mountain bike. But be cautious. Even though the 16 gram is recommended for most road bike tires, even this can overinflate the tire. Therefore, it is important to use an inflator with an adjustable valve and feel the tire as you inflate, so you can shut this off when you reach the desired pressure. If you have any additional tips on using a CO2 inflator, please comment. Also subscribe to keep up with our latest videos. This is Tony of Tony 10 Speed. Safe cycling.